So the next equation is 3x squared plus 6x minus 45 is equal to 0. In this expression, we can see that we can take 3 as a common factor here. So here we can write 6 as 3 times 2. We can write 45 as 3 times 15. So we can take 3 as a common factor. After taking 3 as a common factor, we are left with x squared plus 2 times x minus 15 is equal to 0. Dividing this equation by 3, we are left with x squared plus 2x minus 15 is equal to 0. Now we have to split minus 15 such that the product is minus 15 and the sum is plus 2. Now how we can factorize minus 15? So the factors are minus 15 are such that we need negative product. So the only two pairs we can take in consideration is one will be positive, another will be negative, one will be negative, another will be positive. Okay, so let us see which of this pair will give you the sum 2. If you add plus 5 and minus 3, the sum is 2. But if you add minus 5 and plus 3, the sum is minus 2. Therefore, this will be the pair which will give you the product minus 15 and sum plus 2. Therefore, we can write it as x plus 5 into x minus 3 is equal to 0. Therefore, we can write x plus 5 is equal to 0 or x minus 3 is equal to 0, or we can add 5 to both the side. So we get x is equal to minus 5, or adding 3 to both the side we'll get x equal to 3. So the roots of this equation are minus 5 and plus 3. Let us move to the next example. Here this example is a bit different because we will be solving this example by perfect square method as well as by factorization method. Here we can see that we can write this expression as x squared, that is x square of x, leave the middle term and write 16 as 4 square. So we saw that the first term and the last term both are perfect square. Now how we can write middle term? We can write middle term as 2 times the product of first term into last term. So this is nothing but, if you find the product of this, so this will be nothing but minus 8x. So the reason for writing this expression in this form is nothing but to compare with the standard form of the identity a square minus 2ab plus b square. If we consider a as x, so this is a, and this is b, so this will be b. So this is a square minus 2ab plus b square. So what is a square minus 2ab plus b square? It is nothing but a minus b whole square. So a here is x minus b is 4 is whole square. Now to remove the square, we will apply square root on both sides. So square root of x minus 4 whole square is x minus 4. Square root of 0 is 0. That means x is equal to 4. That means we can add 4 to both the sides to get the solution or the roots of this equation. Okay, how we can solve this equation by factorization method? Again, we have 16, that is plus 16. So we have to find the factors of 16 in such a way that product is plus 16 and sum is minus 8. So the best pair of factor of 16 is 4 times 4 because we need to get 8 here. Now the product is plus 16 and the sum is minus 8. How we can get minus 8? By adding 2 4s here. So give minus sign to both. So the sum will be minus 8, and if you multiply this, minus 4 times minus 4 will be plus 16. So this can be written as x minus 4 into x minus 4 is equal to 0. That means x minus 4 is equal to 0. Therefore, x is equal to 4. Let us move to the next example. The next example here, we can see again, the first term is the perfect square. The last term is again a perfect square. So we can use the identity to solve this expression. So how we can write 9x square? 9x square is the square of 3x. How we can write plus 4? Plus 4 can be written as 2 square. Now again here it's a plus, so we will write plus, and we can write middle term as 2 times into first term into last term. Let us see if it satisfies it. Yes, so this will be 2 into 3, 6 into 2, 12. So this is nothing but 12x. Why we have written this? To compare with the identity a square plus 2ab plus b square. So here 3x is a, 2 is b, so this will be again a here, this is b, so this is nothing but a square plus 2ab plus b square. So it matches with the identity, so the identity is nothing but a plus b whole square. So this will be 3x plus 2, that is a plus b whole square, is equal to 0. To remove square root, apply square root on both the side. So after applying square root on both the side, it will be 3x plus 2 is equal to 0. To solve this equation, let us add minus 2 to both the side. So 3x is equal to minus 2, and to find the value of x, divide the equation by 3. Dividing the equation by 3, the roots will be x is equal to minus 2 upon 3. Let us move to the next example. So the next example here is 6x squared plus 11x plus 3 is equal to 0. Now it is not a perfect square. We cannot take any factor common. So how we will solve this? Now if you know, in previous equation we didn't have any coefficient along with x squared, but here we have the coefficient with x squared 6. So instead of directly trying to find the factor of 3 such that to get 11, we first have to multiply 6 and 3. So the product of 6 and 3 is 18. So now we have to split 18, not 3, such that the product is plus 18 and the sum is plus 11. What are the factors of 18? The best factor of 18 would be 9 times 2, but we need product plus 18, so we will be only considering those pair which will give product plus 18. So this 2 will give us the product plus 18, so we are going to rule out these two pairs. Now which among these two pairs will give you the sum 11? Let us check. If you add plus 9 and plus 2, the sum is 11. If you add minus 9 and minus 2, the sum is minus 11. So our required sum is plus 11, hence this is our required pair. Now here, instead of writing directly, we have to write stepwise. So first write 6x squared and split it 11x as nothing but 9x plus 2x. So these are our pair. So we have written 11x as 9x plus 2x plus 3 is equal to 0. Now make a pair of two terms and try to take common factor. So the common factor from here is 3, because we know that 3 times 2 is 6. So we are left over with 2x. Also we can take x common because we have x as a common factor here, and 3 times 3 is 9 plus. Now what is the common factor here? If you don't see any common factor, you can say 1 is always a common factor. If you take 1 as a common factor, so you are left over with 2x plus 3, and that is equal to 0. Now overall we see that 2x plus 3 is a common factor, so we are left over with 3x plus 1 is equal to 0. Okay, so now the product of two numbers are 0, so we can say that 2x plus 3 is equal to 0, or 3x plus 1 is equal to 0. To solve this equation, we will subtract 3 from both the sides, so this is nothing but 2x is equal to minus 3. Similarly, we will subtract 1 from both the sides, or we can add minus 1 to both the sides, so this is nothing but 3x is equal to minus 1. To solve again, we have to divide this equation by 2, so the x is equal to minus 3 by 2, and this will be x is equal to minus 1 by 3, because we are dividing this equation both the side by 3. So the roots of equation are minus 3 by 2 and minus 1 by 3. Let us move to the next example. Again, the next example here, we see that we have the coefficient of x squared, so we will first multiply 3 and minus 5. Be careful with the sign. So 3 times minus 5 or negative 5 is nothing but minus 15. So we have to split, or we have to factorize minus 15 in such a way that sum would be the middle term. The middle term is minus 14 here, and the product is minus 15. So how we can write the factors of minus 15? So these are the two pairs which will give us the product minus 15, plus 15 minus 1 and minus 15 plus 1, but among which we need the sum is minus 14. So which pair will give us minus 14? If you add 15 and minus 1, the sum is 14, but we need minus 14, so this is not a sum, required sum. But if you add minus 15 and plus 1, you will get minus 14. So required pair is minus 15 plus 1. So how we can write this expression? First of all, write the first term 3x square, but now minus 14x can be written as, or can be splitted as, minus 15x and plus 1x, or you can just simply write as plus x, and minus 5 is equal to 0. Now take a pair of 2 and try to find out the common factor. The common factor in the first pair is 3x, so we are left over with x minus, and 3 times 15, 3 times 5 is 15, so we have taken 3 as a common factor, so we are left over with 5 plus, what is a common factor here? We can't see any common factor, so if no common factor, 1 is always a common factor, so we are left over with x minus 5 is equal to 0. Now from our entire equation we see that x minus 5 is the common factor. We are left with 3x plus 1 is equal to 0. The product of two numbers is 0. That means either x minus 5 is equal to 0 or 3x plus 1 is equal to 0. To solve this equation, we will add 5 on both the sides. So x is equal to 5. We got the first root. To solve this, we will add minus 1 to both the sides. So this will be 3x is equal to minus 1. Again, to get the value of x, we need 3 is multiplied here. So we have to divide 3 on both the sides. So x is equal to minus 1 upon 3. So the two roots of this equation are 5 and minus 1 by 3.